This is Robert Ferguson. Welcome. Thank you for being here. This is an impromptu live. And if you're new to me, if you're on YouTube, even before we get into it, just I could use your help. So please like, subscribe, hit the bell, share, encourage others to check out our channel. Much appreciated. If you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, or wherever you are, go to our YouTube channel. I could use your support. We have a lot of amazing things about to happen, and I'm very excited about it. But today, I have been battling with the challenge of losing a childhood friend, and I've lost many in the past. But this friend is a little different, and I believe that in what I'm about to share with you, it will be helpful for anyone who's been on the fence, anyone who's in denial, which many of us are in denial. Uh, it's unfortunate. That's not a stab or a jab or um, it's just the reality. And there's a few things that I want to share, and I want to help you. So if you're catching this live or you're catching a replay, if you look at the comments below or under the description, you'll see a link where I have an event coming up, a seminar. Whether you are there live or you catch the replay or it's years later and you're catching this, um, I will make this seminar available to anyone and everyone so that you can be informed of information I know for a fact. I know for a fact that you are not aware of. I've been in the space of nutrition and weight loss for a long time. I've helped a lot of people, thousands of people. I've worked with a lot of big companies, a lot of celebrities, a lot of pro athletes. Um, I've done the work. I've done 2 evidence-based, clinically proven studies. There's more to come. Um, that's what makes us validated. We are definitely verified, and the work that we do is 100% duplicated because I have coaches all over the country. If you're thinking about becoming a health coach or you want to be a nutritionist, I strongly encourage you to contact us before you make a decision to go in any direction. And if you are already doing it, I recommend you contact us because what we're doing is not just everywhere. The Diet Free Life methodology is solid, it's proven, and it works. And when I say it works, I'm talking about for people who want to lose weight and not feel like you're on a diet, for people who want to improve their cholesterol levels, anyone who wants to get off medications, anyone who wants to improve their blood pressure, um, anyone who wants to reverse type 2 diabetes, anyone who wants to have better sleep, anyone who wants to just maximize life, the quality of life, we have an answer for it. And I'm not going to be silent about it because it's not just out there. There's if there was another program, okay, let me be clear. If there was another program, I would I would acknowledge it. I'm not I'm not going to turn a blind eye to anything. If something is better, then I want to know about it. Please let me know about it. Reach out to me. I'm all about that. But what we have created, what I have created over the last 20 plus years is the best thing that I've seen out there. If there was anything that can compete with it, I would be the first to say it. There is nothing. Um, our big challenge is getting people to know about it. So if you know about it and you know me, if you're a client, let's not be quiet anymore. Let's start sharing because sharing is caring and it can make a difference. Now, the reason for this live is because I lost a very dear friend. His name is Simon Bray. I met Simon in 1986 at Indiana University, and we lost contact after we were in school together. And then he saw me on TV in 2009, 2010, and he sent me a Facebook message and said, "Hey, Robert, do you remember me?" Well, Simon's best friend was my roommate in college. And I'm like, "Of course I remember you. What's up?" And so he had some projects that he was working on, and he wanted to see if I would be willing to add my name or to help out however I could. And he liked the media exposure that I was receiving and what I had going for me. So I reached out to him, and then I just happened to be in Detroit, Michigan, and we got to reconnect. Now, when we were in college, Simon was 6'4". I'm gonna say maybe 210 pounds. I mean, he was lean, and he would ride his moped around, and I mean, he was ripped. He was very fit, very athletic gentleman, and we just bonded. And he had a love for the Lord. He loved God. His mom was a pastor, and I'll never forget that because at that time in college, me and my other friends, we were a little reckless. But Simon would remind us of the importance of having that relationship with uh, with God. Well, when I reconnected with him in 2010 or 2011, I see Simon for the first time in years, and he's probably about, I'm going to say, somewhere between 360 and 420 pounds. So he's pretty heavy. He had gone to the Army and had been very successful with a couple of businesses, and he was on his next mission to build and sell a third business. So we connected, and we stayed in touch ever since. And so very rarely would a week go by and I wouldn't talk to Simon. And not long ago, I decided to invest in his business, and I flew out to Fort Wayne, Indiana before I invested a significant amount of money, actually. And I just needed to be with him. I needed to be in his midst. Now, between the time in Detroit and the time I went to Indiana, he had come out to California, and we got to spend time. He got to meet my kids very briefly. We hung out. I took him to Malibu. I introduced him to some potential investors, and I just believed in everything that he was doing. And even as I share this information right now, it's mind blowing to me because this is a person that I talk to every week. Now, there's moments where we go 3, 4 weeks without talking, but every week we're talking. And it was always positive. If it wasn't lifting each other, it was about what he had going on and what would be the next steps. And it was always intriguing, and there was always a ton of laughs. And, but he knew he had some weight to lose. And, and I kept saying, hey, I gave him one of my programs once back in 2010. But that's one of those programs where you have to do it on your own. He knew about what I was doing with a whole bunch of people. In the last 5 conversations we had, which would be the last 5 weeks, every time we talked about him wanting to do something about his weight and his health. And this past week, in our last conversation, if you haven't figured it out, he's no longer with us. He died last night. He kept saying, actually, the last 3 conversations, how he wanted to come to California and just get a hotel and just be able to be around me and just hang with me and just let me coach him and just live the lifestyle and just get some momentum with getting rid of the weight and improving his health. And I kept saying, Simon, I hear you, and I love the idea of you being here. I look forward to that. But we don't have to wait, Simon. We don't have to wait until then. We can start now. And he goes, well, I know, I gotta, I know me. I said, Simon, and he's an entrepreneur. He's a CEO of his own company. I mean, and I get it, right? I have a lot of physician friends who live in that same. They just keep putting it off because they feel there's a part of them that feels like they can take it and they can run with it. They can do it themselves. But Simon was like, doing himself would be, I'm going to put myself in an environment like when he was in the Army or when I was in the Marine Corps. You put yourself in an environment where that environment is going to give you that momentum. And I totally get that, and I respect that. But it's one of those things, man. I swear to you, I've had so many talks because when I was investing in his business and helping with his business, I would share with Simon. I said, Simon, are we good if something happens to you, man? He goes like, what do you mean? I go, hey, God forbid. I'm concerned about your weight, and you could be the most fit person in the world, and I would still be saying the same thing. But it's obvious when I look at you at about 400 pounds that I know I can help you. And but we don't want to lose you. So so are you going to help yourself? Am I going to help you? Like, what do we have in place in case something happens to you? And we had this conversation many times. But when you're talking to certain people, think about people in your family, you're talking to them, and they're going on and on and on and on. And they're talking and talking and talking. And they're like, yeah, yeah, I'm gonna do something. Yeah, 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 I'm gonna, yeah, yeah, yeah. And you they become almost like a motivational speaker to get you off their back. And you believe that their energy is so high that his energy's too high. He's full of life. He's I can't even see that happening. So when I would hang up the phone, I couldn't see it happening. But every time I would look at him, it still was something that I wanted to talk about. And that's why I'm doing this post right now. Is one, to acknowledge my lifetime friend, but to encourage some of you. Some of you aren't even overweight. As one of my clients recently had her husband go and get a checkup, he's not overweight, but he goes in and he finds out he's a type 2 diabetic. He has an extremely high hemoglobin A1C. Now his hypertension is out of control. It wasn't a weight thing, but he went in and now it's a life-threatening thing. Some of you are just, I don't know what you're doing. It's like when I was with Dr. Sabine the other day and I was interviewing her, she really stressed the importance of how people will avoid finding out what is going on in their life. And I'm talking about their health. People prefer to be in denial. And I saw this with my sister's best friend years ago who had cancer. And it was the second time she had cancer and she didn't want to go and find out. And it got so bad that the pain forced her to go into the hospital. And when she went into the hospital, they told her that the cancer had come back and it had progressed so bad that there was nothing they could do. And she literally went home and she died that night. There are things that we can do, you guys. If you're on meds, like I was looking at one of my new clients I'm working with right now, and I hope I think you know who I'm talking about. Your blood sugar levels are so high, so many things are out of control, and I'm so happy that you decided to let me coach you because I'm confident we're going to reverse all of that, and you're going to have quality for the remainder of your life. I believe that. And there's so many people that just sit on the fence, sit on the fence, sit on the fence, and do nothing and do nothing and do nothing and do nothing until they have to do something, and then it's progressed so bad it's not worth it. The world is set up where it's not supporting us to be healthy and to have quality of life. So I am pleading and asking you to do something for yourself. You don't have to work with me. I believe that if you work with me or any of our coaches, yes, you're going to get quality care. We're going to help you out, but don't put it off. It blows my mind looking at my friend's picture. Right, I can't. It's. And some of you have lost friends, but I'm sitting here looking at his photo, and I'm just like, I just talked to you on Tuesday for well over an hour. Jeez. And it's one of those things that's, it could have been preventable. I mean, it's I also get that we all have limited time. I get that. We can't be here forever. Everybody's got a day. But while we are here, why not make the most of it? And why not put ourselves in a position where we don't leave prematurely? And when I was in Indiana, we went to Pizza King, and it was a great moment because my childhood girlfriend was there, Simon was there, and I hadn't seen my childhood girlfriend forever, just so you know. um, Simon, and then he brought his son, and we ate Pizza King, and we had a great time. We laughed, and my roommate, who was his childhood best friend, um, couldn't be with us, so we FaceTimed them, and I'm like, man, what a great moment that we had. So again, my goal is not to be crying. That's not my goal here. I just know that there are some people who are in pain. Many of you guys are struggling with your weight, with your health, and I know for a fact that it can be corrected. So do me a favor and show up for my free online seminar. I'm going to share some things that the world is not even aware of. Some of the stuff will be highlighted in my upcoming documentary that we are in pre-production right now. Um, but my goal is to give you information that you may not be aware of that can help you. That's it. That's all I'm saying. And I appreciate anyone who took a moment to listen to me kind of share all this. But blessings to Simon. Um, I talked to his wife, which was actually I didn't know that because many of us who have lived long enough know will get this. Right? I remember when my sister got hit by a train. I was 20 years old. She was 23. And I got the phone call at like 2, 3 in the morning. When the phone rings at 2, 3 in the morning, it's not usually a good thing. Well, this wasn't a 2, 3 in the morning type of thing. This was a wide awake daytime thing. And I see this phone call coming. And I see his last name and I see Fort Wayne, Indiana. And I go, And I knew, I knew, I knew. What is that? Like seriously, like, whew, man. And it's his wife. And she says, "Hey, Robert." She's never called me. And I said, "Hey," and trying to be upbeat. I go, "What's up?" She goes, "Well, I just wanted to call you before you see something on social media or hear from someone else." And then she goes, "Simon thinks the world of you." I knew it. And she said, "Yeah, well, he died." Man, that was horrible. That was horrible. Oh boy. And the craziest thing is I have a friend who has a birthday today, which is a true demonstration of life. I lost one and I watched one celebrate one. Unbelievable. So anyway, thanks for letting me express myself on social media and talk about my dear friend Simon. It blows my mind. This guy was invincible. I couldn't even imagine this happening. Couldn't. So anyway, whoever you are, if you have any health concerns, okay, stop it. If you're not working with me right now, contact me ASAP. Screw this. I mean, don't think that you need to be the one in charge and that you do it on your own. Stop it. Simon put this shit off and it pisses me off because he should not be gone. This pisses me off. Okay. Anyway, you guys have a good one. Blessings to your family, Simon. Your son. Oof. he doesn't get to have a dad. It sucks. Anyway, let me get it together because I'll leave this. And hey, thanks a lot, Eric, man. I will leave this and get ready for a party for someone celebrating a birthday. And that's pretty cool. And Simon, you know you're in my head, man. You're in my heart, bro. And any of you who are going through it, having challenges, health, you name it, I'm here for you. Whether you can afford it or not, reach out to me. I'll help you out. I'll do what I can. I'm in this to help. So I want to make a difference. God bless you all. Until the next.